everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. First, for the Warriors, Steph Curry's out there with Klay Thompson. And it's Porter in at the 4. And for Los Angeles, Russell Westbrook out there with Avery Bradley. And manning the middle, a champion in his lone season at Kentucky. In the 2012 #1 pick overall, shot blocker extraordinaire Anthony Davis. And it's Lebron in at the 4-man position. Bradley kicks to Westbrook. Lakers working the ball around now. Feeds to Davis. Backs him down. Tries from 10. Shot denied. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. LeBron kicks to Westbrook. Clock at 6. Number 11. And it's off the back rim. No good.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them. Everybody knows how brutal the Western Conference can be, and part of the reason the Lakers were able to make it to the playoffs is because they were above 500 in the West, which is pretty impressive.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Golden State's head coach and I were able to chat. Of course, the conversation veered to the challenge of defending LeBron James, and he said there's not a lot of good options with him. He can really do it all. I think you just have to try and stay in front of him, and if he gets in close, you have to bring help. And guys, we've seen LeBron really force the issue as far as getting into the lane. We'll see how they do.
Thanks again, Doris. And so it's the Warriors getting on the board first. The pass to Davis. Backs in. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Well, going back to the Lakers in the West, they would end with a 28-24 records team against the rest of the conference. That record falling right in line where they finished in relation to the rest of the West.
Well, and that record was really the big reason that they were able to catch up to Utah and end up passing them for the last playoff spot. And, you know, Laker fans might not be happy with how quickly they exited the postseason, getting swept by the Spurs, but, you know, they did make a good push at the end of the season just to get in. Yeah, terrific one-on-one score, able to break down defenders and make something out of nothing.
Yeah, it's really a nice blend of balance and creativity. He puts you on your heels, stops on a dime, and he can drain it on you before you recover.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
Well, this Warriors ownership group has really energized the franchise. They've been very proactive. They purchased the D-League team from Dakota with plans to move them to Santa Cruz, about an hour south of Oakland. And in order to accommodate the team's home games, they built a new 3,000-seat arena in a matter of months.
And the Santa Cruz Warriors, as they've been renamed, have been a hit. You know, Clark leading the D-League in revenue, making the D-League finals last season.
And, you know, with all of the D-League games now broadcast on YouTube, the exposure for players in the D-League is better than ever. And for the Warriors to have their D-League affiliate so close by gives them a much better opportunity to develop their young talent.
The dish to Porter. Beyond the arc. A rebound by the Lakers. Number 11. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Passes it to Wiggins. Tries to keep it alive. The dive for the ball. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. Outside Curry. He kicks it to Porter. Lays it up and banks it in.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
The Lakers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Porter with the steal. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. That's good.
Exceptional play to take the bump and still get it up and down.
Yeah, way to stay with it and look to finish the play right there.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Free throw good by Curry.
Well, you look at the turnaround last season for Golden State. A lot of it has to do with the steadying presence of Jarrett Jack and Carl Landry off the bench. Both players brought toughness and a level of competitiveness that was maybe missing from the Warriors the year before.
And so it's Golden State with it after LeBron James's miss. Shot from the top of the key. Russell Westbrook with the rebound.
I thought he'd make that one. I mean, that's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
And Davis can't get it to go. And for the Warriors, such an impressive turnaround last season, but financial constraints, you know, Clark, make it tricky for them, make it tricky for anybody. Keep teams together.
Well said, but I give the ownership credit for making the commitments necessary to put themselves in a good position going forward, Kevin. After such an impressive postseason showing, I think they want to continue that momentum.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
And right from the start, guys, it's apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers. Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Curry passes it to Kuminga. Plenty of space. They get it back. Pass to Bjelica. Great D that time from Howard.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into very serious foul trouble early in this game.
And the Warriors making a change here. Lee's checked in. Warriors leading by 3. Gives him the lead pass.
Oh, yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there. Well, let's start with the positive in the Lakers postseason. They did make it. That's all that can be said is their dramatic passing of Utah and the Rockets down the stretch to take the 7th seed was really the lone highlight of what would be a quick exit from the playoffs for them.
And here is Los Angeles now. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Here's Reeves. A three-pointer off the mark. Here's Golden State now. A big stretch here going 10-2. Westbrook with the block. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. .50 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And it's the Lakers on the break. And it's blocked by Poole. Here's Bjelica. He's guarded by Howard. Payton outside. Three-pointer. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Going back to the Lakers, swept in 4 straight by the Spurs, and none of the games really that close. Spurs team just dominated them in every sense of the word. Injuries didn't help either.
No, it didn't help, but you know, the Spurs just outplayed whoever was on the floor for LA. And I think a lot of people thought the Spurs would be a good first-round matchup for the Lakers, but that notion was quickly squashed. San Antonio just totally dominant.
And that one misses. Warriors leading by 3. Payton drives in. Here's Poole. It's rebounded by Tucker. Here's Howard. The shot will not go. Good D by Lee. The shot's good from Poole.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Here's Westbrook. And no good trying to get that one. And we reached the end of the first quarter. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
Now the key has been the rebounding department. This club dominating the paint area. And if this continues, they'll be in great shape.
Well, they've done 2 things. They've limited second chances, and they've been able to flex their muscle down low.
The Warriors shooting about 33%, not happy with their play on that end. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Gentlemen, Muhammad was once regarded as a contender for the top pick in this year's draft, but his stock fell after a year at UCLA. Some said he was too one-dimensional as a scorer. Then it was revealed that he'd lied about his age, pretending to be 1 year younger than he actually was. Now with a chip on his shoulder, out to prove that the height was warranted. Muhammad said, quote, "I've always had a killer instinct, and that's what separated me. I'm trying to show no mercy." Kevin?
Extremely poised and confident. Thanks, Doris. Lakers trail by 6. Goes up from the top of the key. Anthony's shot is off. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far.
Yeah, the Warriors turnaround, I think, in large part because of the improvement defensively and on the boards last year. There was a 5 or 6 year stretch where Golden State was maybe the worst team in both categories in the entire league, but the schemes have changed, the personnel, the intent, the toughness, and it has all led to a new era for the Golden State Warriors basketball team.
And back to the Warriors looking to pack the paint. If you wanted to get into a three-point shooting contest with them, well, I think they'd welcome that.
I agree. I mean, with the Splash Brothers in the backcourt, you can get sprayed in a hurry from all angles. I mean, those guys are terrific. But again, their improved defense and rebounding was a big part of their success as well.
And the Warriors making a change here. Both free throws good from Anthony.
And, you know, for the Lakers last season, a lot of turmoil. And you think about the coaching change, but it wasn't just that. It was a whole system change as well. And the front office felt the Princeton offense they started using wasn't working out. So they were in a state of flux all season long.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Dishes it to Howard. Defended by Bielitsa. Howard can't hit. And going back to the Princeton offense that Clark mentioned, Steve, tell us about that offense and why do you think it didn't work out?
Well, they only gave it 5 games, Kevin. I mean, Mike Brown was 1-4 when he got fired. And that's impossible to install an offense and expect it to work that quickly. So, I mean, I think the offense would have been fine if they had given it time and given Mike Brown some time to install it.
Both free throws good from Poole.
You know, the Warriors made big strides last year, and part of it was a retooling of the team, but they also got a lot of help from the group of rookies that they had, and a number of those rookies played prominent roles down the stretch and in the playoffs.
Warriors leading by 9, and here comes the break. Goes back up, and it's good on the way up. He's got 6.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
The Warriors making a switch here. Payton's checked in. Los Angeles calls timeout. Well, Clark, as you said, the Warriors did lean on their rookies as the season went on. 4 of them in all, with 3 coming in the draft and 1 walking on the roster. Big help, Steve, from them in the opening round of the playoffs.
Yeah, pretty remarkable that a team could do that well in the postseason, relying on so many rookies, but it speaks to their maturity, their character, the group they've put together, and it's very promising in terms of their long-term success.
Here's Bjelica, following the basket by Anthony Davis. Bjelica passes to Cunningham. Anderson outside. Payton. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Kicks to Lebron. Right through the D for the layup.
Well, the number one priority for a defense when you face this guy is to keep him getting anywhere from the basket because he's just so strong as a finisher.
And there's something else on his resume that can't be overlooked. Just how many times he's taken over at the end of close games and carried his team to the win.
And the Lakers have possession. After the miss from Bjelica. Howard with it. Now Payton defending. LeBron with the bucket.
It looks like he's finding his touch now because the shots are starting to fall.
Warriors leading by 5. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
In many ways, the Lakers had what would be called the nightmare season in 12-13. Despite that, they protected staples. Playing in front of the Hollywood Stars has always been an energy boost for the Lakers, and they made the most of it even though they struggled away from home.
And there's a minute 45 left to play in the first half. Off his foot, and it's whistled a kick. 1:39 left in the first half. Here's Poole. It's good from long range. He's got 9. And Clark, as you said, with the Lakers, very good at home last season in what would be one of their very few bright spots on the year. They go 29-12 in Staples Center, which sees put them in the top third of the league for home wins.
Well, Kevin, when you come into Staples as a visitor for a Lakers game, there really is a kind of a different feel. I mean, if you're the opponent, you look up at all those banners, you look over at all the celebrities on the side, you know, that theater lighting. It's a pretty cool spot, and teams sometimes, I think, can kind of get carried away.
Here in the second quarter, they've made all of their shots from the foul line, and that's a must-do when you're down.
Warriors leading by 5, and the shot's good for Moody.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Now here's LeBron. There's 57 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Great D that time from Porter. And Davis sends it back. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Tucker dishes to Westbrook. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
Now here's Payton. The pass to Moody. Looney, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. And the Warriors lead by 7.
That rebound and the follow kind of typify what he's all about. Just gritty, determined play.
Back to Davis. Shoots it. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. And that's now 10 points for Anthony Davis.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
Payton outside. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. 8 seconds left to play here in the half. And the jumper is on the mark.
I'll tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. And that concludes the first half. The Warriors on top. They lead by 7. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
Now, presented by Sprint. And now get ready for the Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back to Los Angeles and a bird's eye view from above the Staples Center.
Well, how about Anthony Davis in this one? 10 points and a block.
So his offense has matched his defense today. He's been excellent on both ends.
Steve, exactly right. You can't say enough about the overall job he's been doing.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that 4th foul might force him to scale back the aggression defensively a little bit. He does not want to pick up number 5.
Here's Wiggins, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. This is his first free throw of the game. He misses the free throw. And he's good on the second. Lakers trail by 8. Number 11.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
But guys, look, I don't know what the score is. That's the play we're all going to remember from this game.
For Los Angeles, they have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. And the Warriors with possession here. They've led by as many as 11 points. Curry kicks to Porter. Off target from 3-point range. Porter with the steal. Thompson with it. He feeds it to Curry. He passes to Wiggins. Off target with his three. And Los Angeles guys shooting at 46%, making some buckets. LeBron with it. Now guarded by Porter. Back to Westbrook from the arc. Can't get it to go. So Golden State will take it the other way.
And I think for the Warriors, when you look at rebounding, that's where they made the most improvement last year. In fact, they ranked dead last in defensive rebounding in each of the previous 5 seasons, but they were #1 in the league last year. What a turnaround.
That one goes down, but offensively, just 1 of 4 to start the third quarter.
Here's Bradley. Sinks that one from the post. Bradley's got his second bucket. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. You talk about the rebounding turnaround for the Warriors in 2011 and 2012. They were out-rebounded Clark by an average of about 7 rebounds a game than last season. They out-rebounded the opposition by over 2 a game.
You know, that's basically a 9-possession turnaround when you look at it that way. And that's huge. I mean, it really helps explain how they went from a 23-win team to a 47-win team over the course of one season.
And Davis puts it in.
The second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Warriors leading by 3. Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Well, they've really kind of struggled offensively here. So I think this timeout is for him to really draw something up, maybe get an easy 2 and get their confidence back.
You know, sometimes an easy basket out of a break is just what you need to get things back on track. And coaches always have plays specifically for that situation, coming out of timeouts for an opportunity to get a bucket.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Johnson's checked in, and that one's good. 6 points for Steph Curry.
And of all the things about him that you like offensively, it's his composure that jumps out at me. The way he never gets rattled. The defense can get in him. He doesn't care. He just continues to do his thing.
You know, something else I think about when I see this guy is he's a real headache to have to defend one-on-one. I mean, he's got all of the game that makes it tough for his defender.
And the Warriors making a change here. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Fires for 3. And it's LeBron James with the rebound.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I thought so too, Clark.
Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And Davis backs down. Post-up shot. Some solid D from Porter.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Pass to Wiggins. Living. Here's Poole. No good on the 3.
Couldn't convert, but nice little 2-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
And it's good.
No, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest of it seemed easy.
Here's Curry following the basket by LeBron James. The shot's good from Poole.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
Should be easy to correct, though, if you start making the right rotations defensively.
Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Golden State. Back to LeBron. There's the feed to Davis. Guarded by Porter. Bradley passes to Johnson. LeBron James on the wing. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got his 6th rebound on the night. Curry attacking. Pass to Wiggins. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Lakers trailed by 5. Stolen by Thompson. And here they come. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
How about the three-point shooting we're seeing so far, guys? Amazing.
You know, they're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
That one is no good. The Lakers have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Tucker dishes to Bradley. Pass to Westbrook. Back to Bradley. In low to Howard. Stolen by Thompson.
You know, with the time left, they can trade 2 for 1 here.
If they hurry.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Thompson's got 6.
They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
To end the run, and it's blocked by Wiggins. Westbrook passes to Bradley. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Yeah, that's a low percentage shot right there.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, he's got to be thinking out there a little better. Make the pass in that situation. Don't force a bad shot.
And Westbrook, here we go. Here's Johnson, and it's good. Puck through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
What a finish with that hoop.
The Lakers have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. And that one falls for Johnson. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? Warriors. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The 4th quarter of action getting started. Now Westbrook. He dishes it to Tucker. Feeds it to Carmelo. Guarded by Porter. Here's Anthony. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Thompson. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Lakers trail by 6 to the inside. Good D by Lee. The Warriors shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. It's Porter outside, and that one's good. Porter's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Warriors. Number 11. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, he's one player who can get hot in a big hurry. It's like he has an on-off switch, and once it gets flipped on, he's tough to stop.
And Steve, it's also really remarkable what a solid shooter he is, even in the presence of tough, sticky defense. He smoothly and calmly executes.
Warriors leading by 6. Thompson from long range. Also Westbrook with the rebound. Westbrook's got 4 rebounds in this game. There's the dish to Tucker. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Here's Howard. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the official.
The first one falls, and the Warriors making a change here. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Thompson, and good, he nails it. And the Warriors lead by 7. Lakers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. Out of bounds, Golden State. takes possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
And the Warriors making a change here. Warriors leading by 7. Curry dishes to Porter. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Off target at the rim.
And he continues to search for his rhythm. It's eluded him to this point.
And he banks in the layup.
And that's a difficult shot in the face of a defender that towers over.
Well, you know, he almost seems to enjoy those mismatches, Steve. It gives him a chance to show what a strong finisher he is.
To the middle, Looney, and he jams it with authority. Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that finish.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home, right? Why not? Something's starting to click for this team, guys. You can feel it. The three-pointers are dropping. Their offense is flowing.
They've had a great second half from long range.
He kicks it to Curry. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
That is not a difficult pass. You think they could keep it in bounds.
The Lakers making a switch here. Lakers trail by 4. LeBron outside. From outside the arc. And again, LeBron missing. Warriors have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. This is to Porter. Looney. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Nice, accurate pass right into the middle.
LA has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Porter with the... A minute 42 left here in the fourth quarter. Curry passes to Poole. Kicks to Porter. Picked him clean. And it's the Lakers on the break. LeBron leading the charge.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yes, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Well, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
And the Lakers making a change here. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard the Warriors coach as he addressed his team. He told his guys, listen, we've got to make the most of every opportunity right now. We can win this game, but it's all about making every single possession count. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Wiggins, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
Flush that thing down, young fella.
That is a fierce two-hander.
Man, maximum force on that dunk.
Johnson outside. The pass to Davis. He feeds it to LeBron. Guarded by Porter. Releases. LeBron with another miss. Warriors leading by 6. Passes it to Poole. Tries from the block. Johnson with the block. That's good. Lakers have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Porter against LeBron. The shot. And again, LeBron missing. Warriors have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Poole defended by Reeves. And the Warriors making a change here. Thompson's checked in. .32 seconds left in the fourth. Good on the first, and that will put them up by 9. Different look here for the Warriors. And both free throws good for Curry.
And it just feels like those are the free throws that probably put this game out of reach.
Number 11. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. 24 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Clark, and they can just let the clock run out here.
No argument with that W.
Curry kicks to Anderson. Back to Curry. Some nice passing by Golden State. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot two. And no good is the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he ends up making the second, and that will put them up by 9.
He would have liked them all to go, but that should still be enough to end this thing.
11 seconds left in the game. Here's Reeves. His three-pointers off the mark. Here's finally. So easy the Warriors get the win here. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr endorsement.
Nigga, I was damn bad. Now I'm on a jet for real. Got all this ice on me, baby. Told my protector chill. Sipping all this codeine, my baddest bitches on X pill. I want a couple million without a record deal. Got 25,000 on me when I've been riding in the phantom. Got all designer on me. Bitch, I'm so fly, don't matter. I wanted to feel the V12 when I was riding.
Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports. Friday.
The starting fives for our game. Here are tonight's starting lineups. first for the Warriors. Steph Curry's out there with Klay Thompson. And it's Porter in at the 4 slot. And then for the Los Angeles Lakers, Russell Westbrook out there with Avery Bradley. And manning the middle, a champion in his lone season at Kentucky. And the 2012 #1 pick overall, shot blocker extraordinaire, Anthony Davis. And it's LeBron in at the 4 spot. Good. Curry's got the game going here with the first basket for the Warriors.
The soft finger roll is just one of the many finishing moves he has in his bag of shot making. The Warriors were able to get back to the postseason for the first time since the We Believe season in 07, when they knocked off the Dallas Mavericks as an 8 seed. They didn't finish above 500 on the road, but still were much better than previous years, which allowed them to get to the playoffs.
Well, back to that Warrior road record that Clark was talking about, 19-22, as you said. But I remember an early road trip that, had them go 6-1. Really helped them start to believe in themselves. Steve, was a team last season.
Yeah, that included that buzzer-beating win against Miami on Draymond Green's shot. I think that's when this group really realized that they could make some noise and possibly be a playoff team.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
About a minute played so far here in the first. LeBron outside, the feed to Davis. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
I'll tell you what I love about him, his ability to finish even while absorbing contact. He is so strong, even with defenders hanging all over him. He continues to finish at the basket.
And he is also a tireless worker under the glass, Steve. More than a few guys have been on the receiving end of one of his elbows when a rebound is up for grabs. He uses his body very well. It had been half a decade since the Lakers hadn't won the Pacific Division, and their back-to-back titles included in that stretch. But it was quite the fall from grace they took, as the Kings of the Pacific would end up 8-8 and third in the division a season ago.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Here's Wiggins. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Golden State's head coach and I were able to chat. There haven't been many players that have the physical prowess of LeBron James, and he knows that this is going to pose a lot of problems for his team. He told me the most amazing thing to him about LeBron was that he has the ability to be a force at virtually any position on the floor, from point guard to center. He can and does do it all, guys.
And thank you, Doris. Touching back on the Lakers in the Pacific Division, you look at the problems they had with how they played, Steve, and the way the rest of the division stacked up. You could see the problems lining up for them.
Well, the division got better, Kevin. I mean, that's the big thing. Both the Clippers and the Warriors turned out to be excellent teams. And, Phoenix and Sacramento, not so much. But in the end, I mean, the Lakers really had to deal with a couple of teams that were just flat out better than them. Well, since the new CBA, the league has made the luxury tax much more punitive. But certainly the Lakers, blessed with the financial wherewithal to be a tax-paying team. The problem is it can hurt your flexibility under the new rules just to make deals, and that's going to be the challenge for LA.
That's good. He has 5.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Bradley. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
You talk about the huge fan base for the Lakers, Clark, one of the marquee franchises certainly in the entire NBA.
I would even stretch that to all of sports, Kevin. The market and their finances clearly have helped them gain that stature, but you can't shortchange the organization, the people making the decisions. They've been a winner for a long time, and that's been the magic ingredient that's attracted fans, players, sponsors, the full package.
Los Angeles shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Well, last year, collectively, I mean, this team shot 74% from the free throw line. Pretty low number.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season. It's very rare that you're going to be able to make the playoffs in the West without coming out with a winning record against the rest of the conference. And the Warriors knew that would be important in their quest for the playoffs, and they handled business against the West.
No matter who it is, that kind of defense is not going to cut it.
For 3, Westbrook. It's rebounded by Poole. Golden State's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And he banks in the layup. Curry's got his 2nd basket of the game. Well, and for the Warriors who fought so hard to get back into the playoffs, last year their 28-24 record against the rest of the West really helped their cause, Steve.
Well, the toughest part of the Warriors' last campaign was a rough stretch of games in February where they dropped off a bit in the race. And, you know, a lot of those games were against Western teams. And if you kind of remove that month, their in-conference record is even more impressive.
Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
Yeah, this could be a back-and-forth game all the way, guys, the way it's being played. This is fun to watch.
No good from Wiggins.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
In low to Davis. Fast break, here we go. It's by Elitza, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
You know, the dunks are few and far between for the big guy, but every once in a while we get one just like that.
It's not hard to believe that kind of size might keep you from being a high flyer.
Yeah, that's a lot of man right there to try to get up off the ground, Kevin.
Here's Lebron, off target at the rim.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
1 quarter in the books, and it's either team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And the other thing they're doing is forcing a lot of turnovers, and that's helping them to get easy points at the other end.
Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
Warriors leading by 3. The pass to Poole. The offensive rebound, Lee, and the rejection by LeBron. Number 11. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, he's one player who can get hot in a big hurry. It's like he has an on-off switch, and once it gets flipped on, he's tough to stop.
You know, something else I think about when I see this guy is he's a real headache to have to defend one-on-one. I mean, he's got all of the game that makes it tough for his defender.
Anderson, he's checked in for Golden State.
First team foul.
Here's Porter.
Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
Oh, boy. Whipped cream, cherry on top. It always comes back to dessert for Clark.
You know, offensively last season, guys, the Lakers just never seemed to be able to get out of their own way. I mean, they had the worst turnover ratio in the league, and they really struggled to take care of the ball. And even when they got up a shot, a lot of them were questionable shots. They shot the 3rd most threes in the league, but were in the bottom half of the league in percentage.
And the Warriors with possession here, following the miss by Anthony Davis. Here's Lee. Lee with another miss.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And going back to the Lakers' offensive troubles last season, the worst free throw percentage, Steve, in the NBA.
And obviously that's attributed directly to Dwight Howard, because the Lakers also led the league in free throw attempts. So Howard was getting hacked. He really couldn't get it going. He made about half his free throws for the season, and that just really carried over into the team. Performance.
Making a long pass like that is always a risky proposition.
Lakers trail by 3. Number 11. And again, no good by the Lakers. Warriors have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far.
Oh, are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
1:57 left to play in the first half. Back to Davis. Defended by Bielitsa. Got a piece of it. And here comes the break. Here's Moody. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close. He's so reliable. You know, his offense seems to be consistently there for this team.
And now it's Bradley running. He can go all the way by himself. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Heads-up play on both ends there. Transition basketball, the steal and the quick push.
Steve, that's how it should be played. I mean, rapid-fire basketball.
Here's Payton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. The Warriors making a switch here. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. And that one's good. He has 7.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
LeBron kicks to Bradley. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Westbrook dishes to Davis. From the post. No luck.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
That's good.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
LeBron outside. 24 seconds left in the first half. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the way up. LeBron's got 8 points. Warriors leading by 6.
I see you.
Looney covered by LeBron. Payton with a screen on LeBron. Here's Moody. From outside, off the mark.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And now get ready for the
Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back to Los Angeles in a bird's eye view from above the Staples Center. You have to like what we've been seeing from Moody.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
And so here is Golden State. 6-point game. Pass to Wiggins. Launches it. LeBron grabs the miss.
Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. So far in the game, he's gone 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Free throw good, LeBron. That one misses. Warriors leading by 5. It's Thompson off the drive. Gets it to go. And that's now 6 points for Steph Curry.
Well, you got to be so careful with him defensively because he has the ability to get hot at a moment's notice. And if that happens at the wrong time, you're in some big trouble.
And one thing about him that might not show up in the box score, but is as important as anything else, is his leadership. I mean, he sets the tone for this team, and all of his teammates follow his example.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist totals. I mean, they have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, the player movement, a great rhythm to their offense.
Clearly seems to me a different mindset between these. Teams.
First team foul.
And if you're just joining us, we've played over a minute here in the third. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw good by Curry.
You know, you look at the characteristics of good teams, and a lot of things jump out at you, but one that's really important is being a good free throw shooting team. That hasn't always been a strength of the Warriors, but over the last few years, they've made big strides at getting better in that area.
Dwight Howard, he's checked in for the Lakers. And both free throws good for Curry. And for the Warriors, Clark convert, they did as they shot just under 79% from the free throw line last year. That was good for fourth in the NBA. Steve, not bad considering their centers are not known for their good free throw shooting to begin with.
No, but their guards are just ridiculously effective shooting the ball. In fact, anytime there was a technical foul last year, it was like there was a fight to get to the line. They had so many people to choose from, but that's a big part of the success of this club, just the incredible shooting, both from the perimeter and from the foul line. Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
And again, no good by Golden State.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Bradley passes to LeBron. Pass to Davis. Puts up a three. That doesn't go either for Davis.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
They set the pick, and there's the call on Howard. That's his first foul. And the Warriors making a change here. .157 left in the third quarter. Wiggins, covered by LeBron. Here's Poole, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And that kind of power move has become a trademark for him.
You know, last season, a lot of folks had the Lakers picked as the super team in the West, the team that would maybe challenge Miami and LeBron, but from the start, it just never was a cohesive group and really had one of the most disappointing seasons in the Lakers' history.
Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Porter. Clark, as you said, the Lakers had a lot of lofty expectations put on them, but you never know what's going to happen when a team is put together. And Steve, they just couldn't reach that bar that was set so high for them.
Yeah, the expectations were so high, Kevin, but injury issues cost them all season long. Nash, Howard, Powell, and of course Kobe with the Achilles at the end of the year. And that unit only started 7 games all season together, so they never really were able to develop any chemistry. Well, coaches love him because of the hustle he's continually showing out on the floor, and I think where you really see it most is on the offensive boards.
And I know something else the fans love about him is the way he's capable of going straight over the top of a defender for some monster throwdowns. I mean, we're talking about posterization with capital letters. He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
LeBron shot is off. Warriors leading by 12. Passes it to Thompson. Hits it from three-point range. Thompson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
That doesn't go either for Davis.
Well, it looks like it's in his head right now. He looks tight. He's not producing, and his team's struggling as well.
Curry outside. Another 3 for Golden State.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot. How about that for a response?
They will say they can give the 3 as well as they can take the 3.
The pass to Wiggins. Now the dish to Curry. And the foul on Avery Bradley. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Warriors have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. Porter's checked in for the Warriors. He hits both from the stripe. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. LeBron James on the wing. Kept alive. Here's Howard. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. The Lakers have gone 9 of 13 from the line. And the free throw, no good. Savanovic, the pass to Curry. With 1 on the clock. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Warriors?
I thought we might see a little defensive adjustment at halftime, but the fast break continues to be effective.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
Boy, big man with very soft hands and a nice touch around the hoop.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Warriors making a change here. Thompson's checked in. Kicks it to Curry. Dishes it to Porter. The turnaround jumper. Count it. And the Warriors lead by 15.
And he should thank the defense for those 2 points. Really, nobody paid him any mind there.
Back to Davis. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
The Warriors shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Curry against Westbrook. Here's Wiggins. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
But they recover it. Bradley can't get it to go.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And you know, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
And their field goal percentage continues to climb. They have really shot the ball well here today so far.
Yeah, and it's all about quality shot selection, smart shot selection. They've been very patient on offense.
And the Lakers call time here.
He can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up in the paint.
They're just way too porous as a defense right now. A lot of holes in that defense. It's a good time to use a timeout here.
LeBron outside to stop the run. Gets the bucket.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
I think he believes that if he takes some time here to kind of talk things over, it'll be well served for this club.
And, you know, maybe this gives him an opportunity to toy around with some of their game plan while he has their attention during this break in the action.
Now here's Curry. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Davis. Bradley kicks to Westbrook. Takes the 3. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
You got to respect him out there. He can hit that shot.
Warriors leading by 14. Pass to Wiggins. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Davis.
Explosive leaping ability.
Oh, that was pretty. And he just has that, Clark, that effortless knack for getting inside.
Well, you hate to be the guy asked to guard him because he's just so dominant, so quick and explosive. Tough to stay in front of him.
Back to LeBron. Launches a 3, and that one's good.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
They get it back. Looney. Good D by Westbrook.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. LeBron, no good.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those. In the first half, he was able to get to the line a little bit more. Let's see if he can pick it up here.
And he sinks the second.
Yeah, a disappointing trip to the line, even though it was just one miss. Now is not the time to be missing free throws.
Get there.
Thompson dishes to Curry. Back to Thompson. Uncovered. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
He kicks to Bradley. Gives him the lead pass. Outside Westbrook. Fires from deep. And that one's good.
Things finally starting to come together for them. The deficit still pretty big, but at least they're taking steps in the right direction.
Yeah, I think they're doing all they can do. Playing tough D, getting stopped, and then taking good care of the basketball at the other end.
And there's the call on James. That's his third foul of the game. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Thompson for the triple. They get the rebound. LeBron with some nice D. Lakers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Feeds it to Bradley. In low to Davis. Pulls it up. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Thompson. And that one falls for Davis. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. And he makes both free throws. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Payton against Westbrook. He dishes it to Lee. Gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 12.
And the crowd here, of course, not happy about the outcome. But you know what? We saw a team tonight that came in prepared to do battle on the road, and they clearly wanted to win.
You know, they were determined to steal this game, and they showed it, Steve. Played harder and got the job done.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, exactly. They got to be happy with the outcome here.
Elated, you're right.
Defensive foul. Shooting for Golden State. Payton.
And no good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he does get the second one. And that'll push the lead to double digits.
A slight hiccup at the line, but he did what he needed to finish this game off.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And